What's good, y'all? It's that boy, Easy Millions, and I'm your host of That Boy ETV. You already know, man. We are back on Marvel Rivals, and here we are with another character breakdown. And as you can see in the background, it's for that boy Iron Fist, baby. So let's get right into this. And again, we're talking about Iron Fist. He is a duelist DPS assassin. He does have a base health of 250 with a movement speed of 6 meters a second, man. Now, Iron Fist is a duelist melee hero. He is one of the harder characters in Marvel Rivals due to his reliance on melee attacks. While strong, Iron Fist is a squishy character, and you will need to be very careful when playing him, because enemies can kill you in a matter of seconds. He is a reliable character to get into a fight and absolutely obliterate the enemy line. His normal attacks are a powerful series of punches and kicks that can be further enhanced when Iron Fist uses his Dragon's Defense. When his normal attacks are enhanced, Iron Fist can deal a ton of damage in a short amount of time, and knowing when to jump in and deal this damage is a deal breaker when playing this hero, man. Now, the first thing I want to kind of address here is I'm finally getting now to the characters who I was having the most worry when it came to playing, and Iron Fist is definitely one of these characters. But after finally getting my hands on him and spending some time on him, he's one of them characters that is literally an assassin type character. What I mean by this, you are literally going to have to be walking around and waiting for the opportune time to strike, because you pretty much only want to go in with your abilities with this guy here, because if you go in with just your normal attacks, you're gonna get deleted almost instantly. So you want to make sure when you're playing him that you're definitely flanking all the time. You never really want to come straight up to the fight because you're going to get demolished. So you always want to make sure you're taking off angles, going off route, around the side somewhere, and flanking. And as you're flanking, you want to go ahead and make sure you're not being seen. You want to go ahead and kind of hide out. Pick out a specific target, most likely going to be a healer of some sort, one of these squishies. And then you're going to want to go ahead and then get into his abilities where you are able to take people out. But he's basically one of those people that get in, take one person out, and get out, and then wait for his abilities to come back, and then you repeat the process. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and start talking about his main abilities here. So we're going to talk about his main attack, which would be Jeet Kune Do. And with this, you strike the targeted enemy with Jeet Kune Do, reducing the cooldown of block and strike with every hit, man. This is a melee casting. The damage, the first 4 strikes each deal 32 damage, while the 5th strike deals 55 damage. Maximum distance is 3 meters. The attack interval, the first 4 strikes have an interval of 0.45 seconds between them, while the 5th strike has a 0.67 seconds interval from the 4th strike. The maximum pull-in distance is 6 meters, and Dragon's Defense cooldown reduction per hit is 1 second, man. Now, as you can see right here, you will essentially go out and do a series of punches and kicks when you use this ability. And I'm not going to lie, you're probably not going to use this primary attack that often with him, because once we get into his abilities, you'll learn why. Because to be honest, his actual normal attack combo string seems kind of weak in my opinion. So again, the way that he's normally played and the way that his abilities work, you will probably won't be using his normal attack too much. You might throw a punch here or there, but for the most part, you're going to be using your abilities in order to really secure you kills. Now, one thing I want to talk about, because it doesn't really mention it anywhere in the game or even on the website, but he has like a targeting system. So if you see here on the screen when you're looking, whenever you're within distance of your enemies, you will see your target on them. And whenever this target is on them, you will be locked in. So if you do a melee, he will dash to that target. So as soon as you see that target, you're able to strike. That's how far out he's able to strike. So make sure that you guys are paying attention and looking for this target as you're playing Iron Fist. It does not mention this in-game, and it does not mention this on the website either. So I just wanted to make sure and point this out to you guys so that y'all know what this is. But let's go ahead and get into his abilities. The first one we can talk about is a passive. It's called Chi Absorption. And with this, assist in taking down enemies, allow him to absorb their chi and gain bonus health. And the bonus health will be 50. So as you can see here, when you kill somebody, you will be able to absorb their chi and you will gain bonus health. Now, this is just to add to his survivability as a flanker, which is very good. This way, if he does get the kill, he gets a little bit of health right there to go ahead and make sure to help him survive a little bit longer. So this is really good, as with the playstyle that you will have with him, you will definitely need this type of passive. Now, the next type of ability we have here is going to be called Wall Runner. In this one, you run horizontally along the walls. The wall crawling speed will be 9 meters a second. And as you can see with this, you will be able to run along the walls. This will be one of your main movement tools, as you mix this in with another one of his abilities we'll get into later on. But this wall run right here is actually pretty good. It does allow you to run a little faster than your normal walking speed. So you're going to want to be running around the walls very often, man. Just use this to get out of dodge, find ways to get in. And even as you're sneaking your way around, running along the walls is one of those ways you could definitely get around without being seen, man. Now, the next ability we got to talk about is going to be called Dragon's Defense. And with this, you assume defensive stance with a boost of chi to block incoming attacks and gain damage reduction. Then strike back with Yat-Ji Kong-Kun. The block time is 1 second. The damage reduction is 30%. The bonus health / damage blocked conversion will be 1.5. The max health / damage blocked conversion is 150. And the cooldown will be 15 seconds. Now, as you can see here, when you pop this, you will highlight yourself green, letting you know that you are in this stance. Now, this stance here is just basically used to go ahead and to allow you to use your other ability there. And speaking of the ability names here, man, I just want to put it out now that I might butcher some of these names, and I'm apologizing, but it's kind of hard to say some of these, so I apologize for that. But essentially, the Dragon's Defense is more meant for you to get the damage reduction and allow you to access the Yat-Ji Kong-Kun attack string. So let's go ahead and talk about that real fast. And that's the Yat-Ji Kong-Kun. And with this, you dash forward to pursue the targeted enemy and unleash a flurry of attacks. This is a melee casting. The duration will be for 5 seconds. The maximum pull-in distance is 11 meters. The dashing speed without a target is 12 meters a second. The dashing distance without a target is 3 meters. The range is 3 meters. The damage is 19 damage per strike. And the attack speed is 7 strikes per second, man. Now, as you can see, once you pop the Dragon's Defense and you go ahead and hit your normal attack, you will start going ahead and throwing out this flurry of punches. Now, this flurry of punches will go ahead and get a lot of people killed very quickly. And this is basically what you're going to want to do in order to have maximum playstyle. Essentially, you will want to go ahead and sneak around the sides. Once you sneak around the side, you're going to find your target. Then you're going to pop your Dragon's Defense to get the damage reduction, and so that you have access to the new flurry of punches. And from there, you can then go ahead, attack the person with the flurry of punches, knock them out, get them out the way, and then get on out of dodge. And then you want to wait until you have both these back off cooldown before you go back in again. So that's basically how you want to play him. You want to wait for both this and his other ones to come off cooldown, the flurry of punches and the Dragon's Defense. Wait for those to both come off cooldown before you make your entrance or attack. Pop that, use that to get the kill, and then get on out of dodge. Because outside of the flurry of punches you get with the Dragon's Defense, his normal attack is very, very underwhelming. So just be aware of that. Now, let's talk about another ability, and that's called Crane Leap. And with this, you perform up to 3 consecutive jumps while airborne. The cooldown is 3 charges, with each charge taking 1 second to recharge, man. And as you can see with this, it just allows Iron Fist to jump 3 times while in the air, and it allows him to be pretty mobile while in the air. When you're using these jumps, you can cover a very vast distance. So if you mix this in with this wall run, you will be all over the place and looking crazy while you do it. So make sure that as you're playing, you're jumping around, making yourself a hard target to hit while wall climbing and using this Crane Leap to the most of your advantage, man. Now, the next ability is going to be called Harmony Recovery. And with this, you cross legs and channel chi, slowly gaining bonus health. With this, the duration will be for 3 seconds. The healing per second is 100. The excess healing / max health conversion is 50. And the cooldown is 12 seconds, man. And as you see, when you pop this, you will go ahead and enter a cross-legged state and floating. And once you do this, you will heal yourself, and you can overheal yourself up to 300. Now, when you do this, if you happen to be in the air when you initiate it, you will float in the middle of the air wherever you are. So this isn't something that you have to do on the ground. So you could literally jump up in the air and then initiate this heal and be floating in the air for those 3 seconds that you're in this state. Now, this is really good for self-healing. Again, another way for him to have self-sustainability. And even still, this works with the play style, as once you sneak around the side, you locate your target, pop the defense, go in with the flurry of punches, jump your way back out of there, and then once you're back in the clear, you can then go ahead and use this ability to get yourself healthy. And by the time you're fully healed, you should have all your stuff back off cooldown to repeat the process. Okay, so just remember, that's basically all you have to do with playing this character. Now, another ability he has is going to be called Kung Lung Kick. And with this, you dash forward, delivering a flying kick when hitting an enemy or reaching full range. Dealing damage to nearby enemies, damage increases with lower enemy health. The casting is a movement-based damage ability. The dashing speed will be 40 meters a second. The maximum dash distance will be 12 meters. The first flying kick damage will be 30. The second flying kick damage will be between 30 and 70. Maximum damage is achieved when the target is at 50% health. And the cooldown will be 12 seconds, man. Now you can see when you pop this, you will fly forward with the kick. And this here is basically used to close off distance on an enemy you're trying to kill. Or this could be used as your way to go ahead and get out of dodge. If you don't have jumps, if you don't feel comfortable just jumping or wall running, you can also use this dash to get out of dodge. Now remember, you want to go ahead and make sure you're targeting low health characters. This way you get the most damage out of the attack. But for the most part, you're just going to kind of want to use this to finish off. And if you're not really going to, I would say, focus on who's low health, really. Because the way that he works, you're pretty much focusing on one person at a time. So by the time you even need to use this kick, you will pretty much already have them low. So again, just use it as a finish off move and you'll get the most damage out of it. Or make sure you're using it as a get out of jail free card, as a way to get up out of your enemy backlines after you've attempted to flank them. Now, we're going to get into his ult, which would be called Living Chi. And with this, you become Living Chi to boost his speed, damage, and attack range, delivering stronger punches while reducing the cooldown on Dragon's defense. With this, the duration lasts for 12 seconds. The Yat Jin Kung Kun bonus range is 100%. The Kung Lung Kick bonus range is 100%. The damage boost is 30%. The movement boost is 20%. And the Flurry of Punch cooldown reduction will be 80%, man. Now, as you see, when you pop this, it is essentially a overdrive version of the Dragon Stance enhanced Flurry of Punches. It's essentially the same Flurry of Punches, just enhanced to have much more range and much more damage behind them. Now, when you pop this ult, man, you're probably going to want to use this, especially when you see a team fight going on, as you can drop down, and as you drop down, pop this, and then come into that team fight and pretty much wipe the whole entire enemy team. So you can actually use this to turn the tides of many team fights, as long as you're timing it correctly and using it properly. And basically, you're going to want to use it in the same regard as how you play him normally. Just wait for the perfect time to go ahead and pop that, and then bop, 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 bop. You'll be throwing hands and putting punches and laying down folks in the quickness, man. Now, we got to talk about his team up, which he has one. This one is called Dragon's Chill. And with this, Iron Fist channels the Chi of Shao-Lao into Luna Snow, transferring her ice power into Chi-infused Frosty Ring that radiates from her. This ring can knock back enemies with chilling damage and applies a slowing effect, while simultaneously healing her allies. This gives a team-up bonus to Iron Fist of a 15% damage boost, man. Now, as you can see, when this team-up is active, Luna Snow does get a Y button, and when she presses it, she will basically put out a splash heal that does AoE heals and actually does AoE damage as well to anyone within range. So it basically just gives Luna even more healing abilities. But I'm going to be honest, I don't think I ever run into this. I actually ran into it only because I was playing Iron Fist myself. But what I mean is, it's very rare that I ever really see an Iron Fist and a Luna together. So as far as the team up goes, I would say it's okay. I haven't really used it or seen it too much. So again, it's probably on the lower end of team ups just due to how often nobody really uses it. But again, they're just better options when it comes to team ups than this. And that's just kind of how it is, especially when it comes to Luna. Luna has better team ups than this one with Iron Fist. So I don't really understand why this one is a thing. And it's probably not going to get used that much, especially when she has the team up with Namor and Jeff. But ultimately, when it comes to Iron Fist, if you love to be a ninja or if you just want to be a nuisance on the battlefield, this is probably going to be one of the characters you want to use. Make sure that when you play him, you are always taking off angles. You're always going off route. You never want to come straight up the middle. You never want to come straight at him in the fight. Also, you want to do the rinse, wash, repeat method with him, which is spot out your target, pop your dragon defense, hit him with the flurry of punches, spin kick your way out of there, and then heal up once you're safe. And then repeat the process again. If you do this, you will be annoying as hell for the enemy team, and you will get fairly a lot of kills. Just remember, you need to get out of dodge and wait on them cooldowns before you attack, because he is very, very squishy, and you will get deleted immediately, man. But this has been another one of them character breakdowns, and I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. But as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, become a supporter, and catch me streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch at DatBoyETV. Now, catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.